your needs are most important, then your wants. You also have to now prioritize saving and investing for the future. But then again, there's that priority of being able to tell yourself that I'm not working for my landlord, I'm not working for Uber guy, I'm not working for my family, I'm working for myself. And what will I do because I'm working for myself? It's first of all, pay myself first.
On today's episode, we are diving into the world of money, mindset, and empowerment with Oluchukwu Chidiaka, the brilliant founder of Your Personal Finance Girl, a platform helping individuals take charge of their finances and build real financial freedom.
It is not every financial instrument is for
Everybody, from turning a failed investment into a movement to growing a thriving online community that educates and inspires.
There's more to, this business is popular. When it comes to investing, there has to be a sync between you understanding how your money would be returned back to you.
How do you know when to save and when to invest? What stock do I buy? I have looked forward to this day. I think we've been in your email for like 8 months now.
If not more.
We've been going back and forth. Aside financial talks, before we delve into the financial talks and money business, let's talk about you. How have you been?
Oh, I've been very well. So, I'm not good with Twitter. And yesterday, I've been having decision fatigue recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized that I'm schooling, I have a 9 to 5, I'm running 2 active businesses. I am also showing up for family and friends. So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
A whole lot.
That is huge.
I'm fine. I think that's like the best way to put it all together, because to be very honest, 24 hours does not seem like enough.
A lot.
Because yesterday was Monday. Come on. It's the weekend already.
I actually say the same thing, that 24 hours is not enough. And I'm like, we just had yesterday. Can we make it 48 hours instead of 24 hours? Because truly yesterday was Monday. How is today Saturday?
Already.
Yesterday was actually Monday, truly. But yeah, well done. You're doing really so well. And for what you just said, you really have a lot going on for you. And I can see that you are putting so much effort to just make all of this work. And I pray that everything comes out very well.
Amen.
And we are rooting for you. We did your back,
Thank you so
we are
much.
rooting for you. Well done. So let's delve into our conversation, our financial conversation. You once said that you grew up in a family where finances were tight and not like everything was all.
There was always food at home.
There was food, but finances were tight. Not like you grew up with a silver spoon, right? And you said that shaped you to having financial knowledge of a lot of things, right? I want to know, how did that shape you founding Your Personal Finance Girl?
So growing up, anything you wanted was at home. Just know that there's food at home. You see those extra going out, those came like once in a while, right? So that's sort of, would I say, somewhat shaped to know that, there's something that funds the lifestyle. There is value in this money. So another thing I noticed growing up with my dad, you would keep some cash around the house. Like, I don't know why he did that, but I picked that up as well. So you typically see money around, just lying around, right? So for me, it made me realize that there was value early enough in this thing called money, in this paper called money, right? So it was a stepping stone to know that, my mom had like business center where we did typesetting, photocopying and whatnot. So I knew that money was meant to be worked for. So that was like my very, very first interaction with, how do we pay for things? How do things actually work? And as time went on, different things, different experiences eventually now formed who I am and how or what personal finance girl is right now.
Yeah. You also said that a wrong investment or a failed investment actually moved and pushed you to start educating people about this. Is this something you would like to
You people did your homework.
Yeah, we did. All thanks to our producer, Winner. She actually did.
Oh, thank you. So yes, so after Polytechnic, I did Polytechnic before going to university. I'd arrived. Before from primary school, I started earning. I started selling from primary school. Yeah. So I sold lollipop. That was I can remember vividly.
An entrepreneur she is.
I remember vividly selling lollipop when I was in school because I needed more money. And my allowance was not enough to buy me the fine things in the school I attended.
Oh my God. CEO
mindset. I saved up my allowance, got enough lollipop, sold at school, made profit. It was really good. So making money was not a problem for me. Like, obviously, my needs were going to be met. The only thing is I need to look for what people really wanted and then have them be willing to exchange this thing for cash. And because of that, after secondary school, I continued. In all of this, I was able to realize that I really did not like product-based businesses. I didn't like physical product-based businesses. And in primary school, I tested that out. When I went to the Polytechnic, I tested that out as well to see that, okay, I don't like moving physical things. And now again, in 2025, I am testing it out. And you just stick to the thing that works for you. But really stick with what works for you. Because one of my recent stressors is trying to do physical products currently. So I was making money. I was able to keep money. But then again, I was like, you've gone to school, you're doing well for yourself. Unlike now that people are now hearing that people do multiple jobs. I was doing multiple jobs. I was doing personal shopping, teaching. I was running family. I was doing a lot of things at the same time and I was making money. So I'm like, okay, how can I, now that I know how to keep money, how can I multiply this money? How can I ensure that this money is bringing me more money in? And this was where the actual error came in because I did not understand the importance of due diligence or the nitty-gritty of due diligence. So recently, I even made a post on my page because I just realized that I always tell people to do their due diligence, but do they even know what is the due diligence that they are doing?
Yeah.
Right. So in my, my courses, I would like walk you through all of questions you're meant to ask. But when I say it on social media, like it's just a 1 minute or 1 minute, 30 seconds or 3 minutes max. Or except I'm going to do a YouTube
tutorial.
Either ways, I went ahead to do this investment. It was everywhere in Lagos. They were on the rise. They had physical workers. They had offices and all. Like it was a supposedly viable business.
I see.
But the thing I did not know was that it was high risk. And I'm just a young lady that knows where I'm coming from at home and knows how I'm doing like five jobs like 10 things to make this money. And you expect me to want to lose the money?
Hey!
So in all of this, like in realizing that I was not high risk, I wasn't a high risk person. Even up until now, I really don't want to lose. I'm not interested in making a lot of money. I just want to make enough. Right?
Yeah.
So I went ahead to do this investment. I didn't do proper due. The only thing I knew was, okay, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
They had fulfilled their obligations a number of times. But I did not check all of the boxes. And I think a few weeks or a few months in between, I was reading The Richest Man in Babylon. Because I'm like, I must understand all these things. And in reading that book was when I realized that I'd thrown away my hard-earned money. Because I could not explain the business. I couldn't explain how they were making money. So this even meant that they were high risk.
Yeah.
And actually, the business model was actually high risk because why were they spending so much money and there was no proof of how they were going to continue making that much money. Yeah. So in this, I actually lost the money. So good thing is, after reading the book, when I knew, you just know. I'd accepted my fate. I think a week later, I can vividly remember, like a week later, I got the first email about how, we're having some delays.
Oh my days, at that point.
Till date. There is nothing. So when this happened, I'm like, okay, so it means that there's more to, this business is popular. There's more to these people are outside when it comes to investing. There has to be like a sync between your goals and what you're putting your money in. There has to be a sync between you understanding how your money would be returned back to you. There has to be a sync between your risk appetite and that particular business, because then we could go ahead and start mentioning things like stocks, crypto. And it is not every financial instrument is for everybody. Everybody has their different, would I say, strengths. Everybody has their different style. I might decide that it's only rice I want to be eating every day. And you might say, okay, it's yam and oil, yam and oil, yam and oil. If we decide to go and swap, we're not going to find it funny. Our diet system is not going to find it funny as well. So this was the beginning of YPFG for me, because as of then, I decided I was going to start reading more. I was going to start learning more. Obviously, I was already reading the richest. I had already read the richest man in Bible, so I understood that, okay, if you do not understand some specific things, if you cannot explain it, then forget about it. So in doing this, it meant that I now had to read. Then there were not a lot of articles that were domiciled to Africa, not to talk of Nigeria. It was mostly things that were for the people in the US or in Europe and all of that. And it was, would I say, but for someone like me, I don't like maths. I don't like English. So if you see me teaching, if you see me talking, you would barely find jargons in whatever I do, because please, can we say this in a way that everybody can understand what's going on? So in all of these jargons, I had to now start trying to understand. I was like, okay. Then what happened was I noticed that a lot of my family and friends would ask me questions about, should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, I want to do this business. Oh, I have this money I'm not using. What should I do with it? And as the years went by, more of them were asking. I'd give my 2 cents and they would come back with positive reviews. In fact, I think when I went back to the university, one of my friends was like, oh, she needed to change her phone. And I'm like, you have allowance. Why don't you save your allowance and buy yourself a phone? Do you expect them from the house to still buy you phone? And like you have a number of people you can always go to for quick cash. And this lady said, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. I'm like, okay, let's do it like this. We sat down, we reviewed our numbers, we restructured everything, and she was able to get the phone.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, can you see this? You that told me you could swear that there was nothing that could have been done, right? So in all of this, I kept on getting a lot of those reviews. And then in 2020, I took a public speaking course. And the take-home assignment was to pick one thing and talk about that thing for 30 days. I had between business and finance, personal finance. And I'm like, I don't know anybody doing personal finance. So let's do personal finance. And that was how I started. And I'm like, okay. Nice. I did the page anonymous for almost a year. I'm like, okay, nobody should know me.
Put a face to
Just take it. And I'm like, what? Last is only to go.
Last.
You wish come and see. Like, that was how I came public.
I saw that you celebrated, I think, 3 years.
The community
of the community. So how did you know the platform I see you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, and all of that. How do you know the platform that you should operate in? And at the moment, which of them works for you? Where can people really find you really active and also responsive?
Okay, so to find me, I think I started on WhatsApp. Family and friends on WhatsApp. And then when I decided that I wanted to go public, or I think I started in March on Instagram. But before March, I'd always talked about money on my status, drag people, call them out for spending money on what was not important. Right? And I moved to Instagram because as I think Instagram was popping. There were lots of personal brands, a lot of things happening. Then I wanted to do YouTube. I really like YouTube because YouTube allows you to speak for a longer period of time. So I had to do YouTube. But then again, I had my 9 to 5 happening on LinkedIn. And then someone calls me, or I had the company profile, I had my personal page. And someone calls me I know you do this, so why is it not on your personal LinkedIn as well?
Oh, wow.
So I had to now infuse that into my personal, but there's a company profile where you can see everything happening. So literally, if you find me on TikTok, find me on YouTube, find me on IG, find me on WhatsApp, you would see the same thing all across board. Where am I most active? I'm most active on Instagram.
Instagram.
I'm the one who still handles my Instagram.
nice.
Every other platform has been delegated out, but I handle my Instagram because I like Instagram. If you tell me, okay, where can you text me? You can text me. You find me active on
Okay,
Instagram.
I'm in your DM. I'm in
But
your DM.
you would not find me on WhatsApp.
Okay, so from your experience, right, what are those financial challenges that that people make that, and how can they overcome this? And I'm sure a lot of people are in your DMs asking a lot of questions.
Exactly. So let's start from the women part, because I'm very sure that we should have more female listeners on this podcast. You're looking for permission. You're waiting for somebody to tell you it's fine. You can have your own money. It's okay. You can build your investment portfolio. You're waiting for permission. A lot of people are waiting for permission. Like, should I? Can I? When should I?
When?
Which shouldn't be the case, because at the end of the day, financial freedom or being financially independent is not for one gender.
Yeah.
It is for every single one of us. As long as you're a human, you're active, you're living, then you should be aiming for financial independence and then freedom to be able to do what you want. And then aside the fact that a lot of people are waiting for permission, another thing that I see that a lot of people have issues with when it comes to their finances is we don't have enough knowledge.
I agree.
So I don't know when and how fast this can happen, that we need to have more money conversations, even at school. Like the way you're teaching me how to do that complex financial equation that would help me to build my critical thinking and all of that. I should also know what happens when I don't have money, what ways that I can manage what I have, not just the economics, literature, the government. All of these are very good. They're very useful because they shape who you are in the long run, because a lot of people don't know why we are doing all of this. You're able to think better. They're able to speak better. You're able to communicate and all of that. Yeah. But then again, we only end at how do we make money? We don't move to the next stage. What happens after you make money? So that's a challenge that a lot of us are facing. We don't know what to do after we make money. So we know that, okay, we pay bills. After, like, why? What bills are important to you? So there's a conversation I wasn't supposed to, I just remembered. I was sending a voice note. And this person is asking me, how exactly do I save? How do I know what percentage I should save and invest in my own money after paying my bills? Obviously that question shows that, okay, there is a disconnect between financial literacy and priorities. Because if you have financial literacy, you know that, okay, your needs are most important, then your wants, then you also have to now prioritize saving and investing for the future. But then again, there's that priority of being able to tell yourself that I'm not working for my landlord. I'm not working for Uber guy. I'm not working for my family. I'm working for myself. And what will I do because I'm working for myself? Is first of all, pay myself first. And how do I pay myself first? I'm either saving, either investing, whether I'm investing in listening to this podcast, investing in listening to books, investing in actual assets. That would now in turn now bring value. Because one thing is, I don't start from investing stocks, bonds, and all of that. At the end of the day, it is the knowledge that you have that is going to carry you through the different phases of life that you're going to go through. Like even today, I think while I was en route, I realized that I just got clarity for something that I have been looking for a couple of years. Like I was able to put it in fine words. How did I get that clarity? Conversations, putting myself in spaces that I'm supposed to be, looking at people that are doing what I want. Not the exact thing, but I don't know anybody doing exactly what I'm doing, right? But then again, there's some things that I can pick out from these people and I'm getting clarity. So it is in this, that's why artists put like the literacy part, because if you don't expose yourself to the knowledge, there's so much you can do.
And a lot of Nigerians, we do not like to read or research, a lot of us.
Except academians. Academians are doing.
Except that. You mentioned that investing in some things is not something you should even rush to do, right? How do you know when to save and when to invest? And what percentage should I save in my income and what percentage should I invest?
Okay, so this is not a one-size-fits-all question. Because like I would always say, personal finance is personal. right? So you have money, you're not sure what to do with it.
Yeah.
Then it means that we need to start from the very beginning. Like, what do you like? What are your goals? What are you looking forward to doing? So in terms of saving, investing, idle cash or cash that is coming in from your income, let's say your salary or business revenue, we need to start from somewhere, which would be number one, do you have an emergency fund? An emergency fund is that money that's going to come and save you when things go south.
Yeah.
Right. I like to use the example of what if you were cooking, your pot just developed hole, and that was the only pot that you have. What do you do? Right? You need money to fix that issue. It's not, nobody plans for their pots to have hole, right? It could be anything. The normal things would be like accidents, sickness, car going bad, all those kind of things.
Or you break somebody's egg on the road.
Those are like emergencies nobody planned for, right? And your emergency fund is supposed to contain 3 to 6 months worth of your expense. So let's say your expense every month is 100K. So that you need to keep 300K to 600K aside. So that in case anything that you don't plan for, bam, there's something you can fall back to.
In this Nigerian economy.
Right.
Let's go.
So the next thing would now be you being able to, now, if you're someone who wants to be big on savings, you have to have 2 categories of savings at every single point in time. Number one, the emergency fund. Number two, the target or sinking fund, like they'll call it abroad, but target savings, where I'm saving towards my new phone, my new car, my new house, whatever you want to save towards. That is very defined. You are not meant to save for savings sake. It is unrealistic to save for savings sake, because somebody can just come from nowhere and say, oh, my nose is paining me. I probably put in one bubble in my nose and then I need the money. Because you don't have that money labeled, there's nothing wrong with you giving that person the money, right? So once you're able to define these 2 things, then the rest can now go towards investing. Because before you even start investing, you must have your emergency fund. This is non-negotiable, right? And then in terms of, should I put 50% of my income to investing from my salary? Or should I put only 5%? Or should there's no even money at all.
Or 1%.
Then you need to know that it's very important for every adult, even if you're not an adult, to be very good at budgeting. Budgeting is you just telling your money exactly where you want it to go. So every month, you need data, you need water, you need electricity, you need food. You need to know how much all of these things are. So you can now tell the money that, okay, this month I'm going to stay without lights because I want to build house. This month I'm going to eat all the food in the house, eat all the things I can afford, and I'm going to stay without XYZ.
No outside life, no oblate. This month, no oblate.
So it now depends. So you have to tell your money exactly where you want it to go. And in doing this, you can now know whether or not this income, this salary that you're complaining about, is it true not enough? Or it is you that has decided that you've been oblaying up and down. What's the TGI? You only live once. You're blowing up and down.
You only live
You
once.
want to now know whether or not this particular amount of money, your income, is enough. And in that, you knowing, okay, this is where my money goes to, this is how much goes to XYZ. You're now able to now tell this money that, okay, going forward though, I have a goal to become a billionaire by the time I retire. If I have only 35 years left to work, it means I need like probably 200K every single month if we're using an average interest of 12%. So if I keep 200K every single month to become a billionaire by the time I'm retiring, what is it going to cost? Is my salary even up to 200K? Yes or no? So that's why I said, I don't know if you guys recall that I said something around goals. You need to know where you're going to. If you don't know where you're going to, if you don't have clarity, I'm sorry, you're just going to be turning around the circle. You're just going to be doing the rat race thing where everybody's wondering what is going to happen, what is not going to happen. And then to the income part, I wanted to add this, where I cannot use your formula to do my income for, am I going to save, am I going to invest? Simple example is, there was a time when I got like I changed jobs and I had like a proper salary increase. And from my previous salary, my income, like for my new salary, my expenses were like 30%. And then I had 70% of that money lying fallow. I didn't know what to do with it. And if I was like, okay, everybody here, you must put your needs inside the 50% bracket. You must
Yeah,
put your want
month.
under the 30% bracket. You must then.
But look at your needs
So
are on
what will now
30%.
happen to me and that all my needs, my want are falling into 30%. So you now need to know. That's why I also added, you need to know where your money is going to. So if the money is not enough,
It's personal.
yes, your money is not enough, you're putting it into, you're looking for ways to make more money. If the money is enough, then you know how much more you can put into either your saving or your investing.
Investment.
Yeah.
Thank you. All of this that you said is really educating and informative, right? How do you balance managing your own personal finances and while educating others about their own finances? Do you sometimes say, oh, look at me, I just gave one financial advice and I'm not doing it? You know how you give advice and you don't do it? How do you balance it?
Balancing it is very tricky for me because I've always been good with managing money. But I always love the fact that at least 40,000 people are looking up to me. So I can't even make any error. So let me give you like a very quick story. I was talking to my younger brother a few days ago. And there was a project I told him I wanted to do. This was going to cost me a few millions. And I'd already started like February.
Okay.
It didn't work. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it again. Like I love to give my family updates around things I'm doing. And then it's just random checking. I was checking on him, how's work, how's everything going. And then he was like, how far are you? I was like, my dear, there's no money nowhere to do this thing again. I'm waiting till February next year to be able to meet up with my target. And I'm like, I just said it casually, but I was real with myself. Like, I genuinely cannot afford this thing and I have to save towards it. This is me that teaches people about investing.
And you already lost the one you
did. I already like the previous one was a failed project. So I had to redo because I want to ensure that this thing works.
So you have to invest more money.
Yes, again. I have to do all of the processes all again. And I'm like, okay, that was not it. Then that same day, the next day, I'd budgeted, I wanted to buy some things. I checked the person's rate card. So I'd planned for this month. This is a new month. I planned for this month. Only for me to reach out to this person, like, okay, this and this is what I want. She sent me a bill, it was higher. I said, auntie, this is the amount I'd already saved.
Yeah.
And she was just very, like, I won't say nonchalant, but she was like, oh, would you want to deposit this money and then balance up later? And in my head, I'm like, no. I'd already planned for this thing, for this amount. So if it's not going to work with this amount, I'll kindly work away. And yes, I did work away. It was very painful for me because I'm like, but are you sure you cannot afford it? I was trying to now tell myself, are you sure you cannot afford it? And I'm like, no, we don't do that here. We do not do that here. If I already planned for this thing, it's not a life and death situation. It is not something that's going to bring me money. It was just something I really wanted and I was willing to save for it and wait for it. Only for me to realize that it wasn't. I'm like, life is not hard though. I'm going to move on. So
and come back later, maybe.
If I eventually would come back later. So it's in that moment, I looked at myself. I had to write. I wrote on my WhatsApp, so I'm like, oh my God, this is what I just did. Like, you people, this is what I just did. So typically,
I practice what I preach.
Yes. So typically, what I love to do previously is if I really, really want to go out of my way, I'll look within my budget, move things around to ensure that I get what I want, but not going out of my budget. But for this one, I'm like, life is not that deep. So balancing my own personal finance is really sweet and bitter in the same time because I'm earning a salary, you people. I'm like all of you. We know how much is going to come in when it's going to come in. That is how I live my life. And then there's also the part of being true to myself.
Yeah.
And being accountable to, even if you're not even watching me, I'm accountable to you already. Yeah. So that's it.
All right, that's really nice. That's really beautiful to hear. What's like the future for your personal finance, girl? Let's share something that people will look forward to.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
At the back end. But one thing I like to just tell you is that YPFG is like proper global. It's a global brand. Yeah. So we're going to be the go-to when people think financial literacy. So we're also putting in inclusion here and or But when it comes to, I don't know what I want to do with my money. Oh, I have this amount of money. I want to do X, Y, Z. YPG is going to be that place you're going to come for like, because we're a digital first financial issues platform. So we're not telling you to, leave your comfort zone. We're literally at your front.
Digital.
Yes. So it's pretty much like financial education, financial literacy at its core, and then financial inclusion going on. So it's a whole lot. And luckily, this will be like the third year in a row where we're doing our annual saving. So every single year we're saving. So you just have to come and find us and join us. You're good to go. I think this year we've already done over 430 million in savings alone. I'm not talking about investment and all of that.
Wow.
So it's like we're going hard or we're going home to build the habits, to help with community. And you're sure that, okay, there are people who want to get better with their finances, no matter where they are. And this is why I try as much as possible to say I'm a female-focused brand, because at the end of the day, I do not want to box myself to say that men do not need this thing.
Yeah, because they actually do.
They do. And for them, it's a bit more tricky because it's harder for men to find community. But we're very youth focused to ensure that the next generation has because we are, so right now we are the next generation. We're now the aunties and uncles of
exactly
people. And I'm wondering how
did we get here? I was just 18 yesterday, please.
I'm just a girl, but yeah, so I'm very excited about a lot of the things that are on the ground. So just join the moving train.
How do we join this community, by the way?
Okay, so it's a free community.
Yeah.
The YPH is still free. It is still free for now. Because I don't know if you're going to be listening to this in 2030. So you're coming here, but you said it's free now. It's
free
for
2025 November. It's free now.
It's still free. So you go on IG, click on the link in our bio. You just fill the form and voila, you can join the community.
Nice.
You'll be integrated at the back end into the mailing list and whatnot, so you get whatever information is going on.
Nice.
You can follow on IG, and then we're going to go heavy on YouTube because this is going to be long form, and I think long form should be encouraged.
Yeah, actually, and on your book.
Okay.
What stock do I invest in?
What stock do I buy?
What stock do I buy? Yeah.
You see that question? That's the title of the book.
That's what
stock do I buy?
That's what let's see.
I promise you, if you will give me 1K
for
every single time I had to answer that question, for every single time somebody asked me, what stock should I buy? I have 50K, I have 100K, I have 1 million, I have 2 million. What stock should I buy? I promise you. That is the question for you.
I was going to ask you the same question, but I was going to ask you, what stock do people buy? But from the conversation, I see that it's personal.
I wrote what stock do I buy because that is my frequently most
asked question.
Most frequently most asked. I don't know how to put it that you should know that people are always asking that question. And it was really simple. It pretty much just walks people through from, okay, I don't know what I want to do about investing in the stock market or for stocks itself.
Yeah.
And by the end of the book, you have a grasp, you are sure, okay, I should move one hand, I should move one leg. And then within that same book, I answered about 60 questions. So that was one of the most cumbersome things I think I've ever done. So I went to my DM on IG, on WhatsApp, and started picking out questions people have been asking. And I was able to gather 60 of them and I put all of them in the book so that you will not come to my DM to ask me that same question, except you do not read the book.
I will not come again because I'm getting the book. So you guys go and get the book.
So you can get the book on, the link in my bio on Instagram. I'm trying to get it on Amazon so any other person can literally get it. So it's really straight to the point, very simple.
Really, you're really doing so well because there are not a lot of people that are in this industry to even say, oh, I'm looking up to this person, right? Thank you so much for coming on this podcast. One last question, right? What advice would you give to someone who is unsure on taking financial confidence serious?
So I'm going to ask you, to the person listening, and I'm like, I'm not sure what I want to do with my money or how to start. How do you feel when you don't have money? Just tell me the truth. Because me, I know I don't feel okay. I don't like it. like I want to do XYZ and I'm calculating, or I need something, I have to go call for aid and all of that. That is one of the reasons why you have to take your finances seriously.
Serious.
Nobody's coming to save you. As soon as you just clock adulthood like this, you're gonna be on your own. There are only a few people that are very lucky to see that their immediate family is still like pumping finances into their lives. Not a lot of us. In fact, in Nigeria, only like less than 10% of people earn above 200K.
Very right.
So me and your daddy were earning below 200K. Where do you want to see money and give to you? So it's very important that you want better for yourself. So me, I don't know about you. I know that I want to be as comfortable as I can get. I'm not saying I'll buy the whole private jet in the whole wide world. I want to be as comfortable as I can get. Currently, I'm comfortable. And why am I comfortable? I've been able to tell my money exactly where I want it to go. I remember one of my goals when I was starting out was that I wanted, I was spending a lot on data, and I wanted my investment, probably dividend, to be able to pay that off. Currently, I have one money sitting somewhere that every single month, what I spend on data is now less than what that thing brings in. You can do that for yourself. It is not rocket science. If you want to earn passive income, that is, you're not working actively. You've done something and it is bringing you money
every month.
You can do that with financial literacy. And I remember I was at a speaking engagement, I think it was Tech Women Fest or something like that, and I said at the end, money stops nonsense. Because I know you cannot come and talk to me anyhow. If I have money, who are you?
Who are you
to come and talk to me if I have money?
You're very right. I agree
so in case you're thinking, okay, I don't know where to start. I've asked you, how do you feel when you don't have money? You can actually change that feeling to be better. And then when you have money, can anybody talk to you anyhow? Is that not a good thing?
Very good.
So please tell me why you would not now take your finances seriously.
Yeah.
You don't have to build, so one thing is, I know a lot of people will be looking out for that investment, but where I need to have 100K, I need to have 500K.
Yeah.
But you can literally start investing in 1K.
Nice.
I think there's a list of apps and things you can start with 1K, 5K. You can actually start your investing journey with 1K. So tell me now that this month you have not spent. Tell me that today, even me, tell me that today you've not spent 1K. You spent 1K. So please, this is a cry. Take your money seriously. Slow and steady would win the race.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This was a very, very insightful conversation. I really appreciate all that you're doing, and I'm wishing you all the best in life.
Thank you.
All the best in your endeavors. Thank you so much for being on this podcast again. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you're able to learn some financial takes from today's episode. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and comment to help us reach lots of people and also to build our community. My name is Jumai, your host. It's been a long time I mentioned my name on this podcast. My name is Jumai Smalls or Jumai Ukmanubi, anyone. All right. Have a wonderful day, night, or whenever you listen to this podcast. Bye.